Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Erwin, with another manga chapter review. I decided to make this video before I go to work today because I haven't been posting a lot of videos like I promised, so I'm going to keep my word and start this week at doing the best in giving more videos in my channel. Today's manga chapter review is in the second chapter of Shounen Shoujo, or Ill Boy, Ill Girl. It is a manga that is currently still ongoing. So, very interesting concept of the story. And before I continue, I want to start with a few things. One, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Secondly, if you haven't seen the first chapter review, go check that out on my channel. You should have been there last week. And then, third of all, there is a spoiler alert for the second chapter because, well, and we'll talk about it in some detail. Okay, so the story really follows this boy, the ill boy, and there's no name for him. That's why it's called Ill Boy, Ill Girl. And he has found a disease that he's going to die at age 12, and there's nothing stopping it. No one has ever had it, according to people, or no one has ever died from it. But you do die at age 12. So he kind of thinking like, how do they know this? And eventually he finds out that there's another person, another girl, that actually has the disease and actually is going to die sooner than him. So this kind of ruins his plans because he wanted to be the first one to die with the disease, so it could be named after him and he can be very individual. Now, this disease, what it caused them to do is essentially they can't see stuff that is not special. So most of the people, they're blurred out because to them they're not very individualistic. They're simply, very regular, average. So to them, their faces are blurred out. Now, that's the first chapter, I guess. The concept, they meet each other, and she's a nice girl, and he's nice to her, but he really is just kind of in anger towards her. So anyways, second chapter starts with him telling his hospital, I want to move to where she is. I want to be with her on her last days because, I want to see what's going to happen. So they kind of go, yeah, okay, sure, you can go. So he goes, visits her, and she's overexcited because he's the first person in years that she's able to see. So she goes and hugs him, and she shows him around, and they go into her room. And as they go into her room, he notices that he can see everything in her room, and that's because they haven't really mentioned it, but I'm going to assume that she has bought in and chosen stuff that are not, average, regular. They're very individualistic, so she's able to see this stuff. She's able to play with this stuff. So anyway, she goes into her room with him, and she's like, you know what? I appreciate that you're here. I appreciate that you're being sweet, but you can't stay with me. You can't stay in the hospital. Actually, it's a research facility. He's like, what the heck not? I want to stay. Now, prior to this, we have figured out what the boy's intentions are. His intention towards her is to go into that hospital, befriend her, and then kill her. He wants her to die in a different way. He doesn't want her to die out of her disease, so he can be named after the disease. So anyways, that's his plans. She offers him, to stay at least over the night, and they sleep together. There's a scene where he wakes up and he has tools where she's about to kill her, and he's like, you know what, I shouldn't do it. He moves away, and that's the end of the episode in his portion. Now, on the girl's portion, she explains to him a little bit of her past. We find out that her dad was a serial killer and her mom was a serial arsonist. So, even that, she's special in that way. Her parents were special in that way. So, I'm going to guess she was able to see her parents, but not other people, because her parents were pretty special in their own way. Anyways, so she is, I'm going to guess, psychologically tainted because at the end of the chapter, she wakes up before the guy, and she tells her nurse, bring a bed. I'm going to allow him to stay here with me so he can sleep in his own bed. And then, secondly, keep a close eye of me. Now, obviously, from first glance, you think, oh, she's worried that she's going to be killed by him because maybe she woke up and she saw that he was about to kill her. But no, she ends the chapter with saying, I'm afraid I'm going to kill him. That's the end of that chapter. So the chapter really ends with a conclusion that they're both kind of after their own heads. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna be the next chapter, and if it's gonna be something that really flows into a plot, or if it's gonna end up being kind of a slice of life for a little bit, and then eventually get some plot. Not really sure yet, but out of 10, I think I've had a 6.5. I'm gonna leave it at 6.5. I'm still not really sure of if I really like it or I just think it's a weird concept. But overall, still pretty good. I think you guys might enjoy it. So make sure you check this one out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting my video. If you haven't seen the first chapter, go check it out on my channel. Also, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel for more otaku related videos. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. Like always, don't be strangers.